And December is Read a New Book Month, and a lot of people are probably received a book for Christmas or an ebook for the holiday. Today, we're introducing you to a new author with a true story to tell. Dr. Robert Wolf's book is called Not a Real Enemy, the true story of a Hungarian Jewish man's fight for freedom. Dr. Wolf, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This book is your father's story of imprisonment and survival. Can you tell us a little bit more about the title and why you chose Not a Real Enemy?
Oh, hi. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Yes, indeed, the book is a biography about my father, and Not a Real Enemy. It was not my original title, but my co-author Janice, who did a remarkable job helping me construct this biography, decided that Not a Real Enemy was actually a chapter. The Russians, the Soviets, before my dad's last escape after the Hungarian Revolution in 1956. My dad snuck into the medical center and looked up his dossier to make sure there was nothing hanging over him before he actually tried to finally leave the country. And the Soviets described him as not a real enemy. He wasn't a communist sympathizer, but he just wanted to practice OBGYN and do his work. And that's exactly how they describe him. So that's where the theme actually recurs throughout the whole book, that my poor dad was not a real enemy, yet treated as such, no matter where he was or what he did.
Right. Now, did your father talk much about growing up in the rise of anti-Semitism in Hungary ahead of the deportations?
Not early on in my life, but the last 10 or 20 years of his life, and my mom certainly did. They both were history educators and Holocaust educators, and they certainly talked about anti-Semitism. They were very protective of Judaism and very respected in the medical and Jewish community too. So it did come up from time to time, not all the time, but my parents were always concerned about anti-Semitism in the background, especially after what they went through, not just the Nazis, but also the communists.
Well, despite surviving horrifying conditions and escaping the Nazis twice, your father wasn't able to find safety in Hungary after he was freed.
He wasn't. He was basically a man on the run for months. He hid in the places you'd never expect. The clothes he had to wear to hide, cloak and dagger stories during that time and during the communist era, forged papers. The friends that you thought would be your friends were your enemies. The people that thought maybe your enemies turned out to be your friends. So a lot of twists and turns in the story. It's quite fascinating.
Now, President Biden recently spoke about an alarming rise in anti-Semitism in the U.S., saying silence is complicity. Do you feel enough people are speaking up, and do you fear that the U.S. is headed down the same path that led to the rise in Nazis or even the Soviets?
I certainly hope not. People like me, I'm trying to get this message out and educate people as to how unfair anti-Semitism, how unjust racism is. It's appalling. It's unnecessary. My job is to educate people on the way things can be under those circumstances. It's awful. And any one of us can have our life change overnight by any other person or government or whatever. It's on the rise, but hopefully we can calm it down. We can slow it down somehow. I mean, it's just not. They can take Anne Frank's books off the shelves of a school, and they can take the Bible off the shelves, but we're going to replace it with books like mine and continue to teach people. And ultimately, I want my book taught in schools. The grandkids and the grandkids' grandchildren. That's where this book, like mine and others, will make some kind of an impact. Hopefully.
And how important do you think it is when it comes to stories like this to get that into school? Because it's those real stories that I feel like resonate more with students when they know it's a real person and you know that person.
Well, it's not, of course, most of the kids now wouldn't have known my dad, but it was so personal. The description of his inner feelings and the way he always had to be on the run, it's personal. It's so descriptive that you can't help but feel it. You can't help but feel how poorly people are treated and how wrong everything is. So, yes, and not only that, it's a unique story. So it's not just a story about the Holocaust or anti-Semitism. It includes a man's determination, a man's integrity, a man's relentlessness to be free and to be able to practice medicine as well.
Well, it takes a lot to get the story like this out, especially during a time like 2022, where, oftentimes people just keep quiet just to keep moving. So for folks at home, if they're interested in reading your book, because this is the perfect time to do it to start off the new year, going into a new year, how can they find your book?
The book can be found at Amazon and at Barnes and Noble. And you can find out more about the book by finding my website, which is robertjwolfmd.com. There's a little bit more about the era. There's a lot of photos and videos and a lot of content in that website too. So, but Amazon or Barnes and Noble.
Well, Dr. Wolf, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and I hope you have a happy and healthy new year.
Same to you, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome.